Yeah, I am by no means a joiner. You can add joiner to the long list of things, which I am by no means not. Welcome back to episode 7, and unusually, A, I'm sat recording this on the boat, and B, it's Monday. I had an episode which went out yesterday, at the start of which I said there were quite a few things that I was hoping to get done at the weekend. Unfortunately, because of how long it took the windows to be put in, I didn't manage to do anything other than the windows. So to try and keep momentum going, I'm hoping to make up for a bit of lost time throughout the evenings of this week, because there's still a myriad of jobs that need to be done. Obviously, but little things. There's little holes where deck fixings have come off and so on, which are letting water in through the paintwork and upsetting the paintwork. The window fixing seals, I just need to finish them off. There are one or two areas I can see where they're not seated properly. I still need to clean, just going to wait for a car to go past. I still need to clean inside underneath the ends of the quarter berths, basically underneath the forward half of the cockpit, the storage area and the cupboard and the sink itself. I need to get the battery out of the way because it's enormous and it's always in the wrong place, no matter where I put it. So I'm going to try and put together a shelf. I've got a battery box for it to go in, but a shelf that eventually will be glassed in to this cockpit locker, assuming there is room. And then for the time being, at the very least, it means I can get that out and then start work on running the electrics through from it to where the electric panel is going to go in the rear of the boat. I also obviously still need to cut the bulkheads, get those in place. There's a lot of things to be done. Sorry, I'm just distracted by a bat flying past. Love bats. Try and catch one on video for you. And hopefully by just having sort of 1 or 2 hours each night this week, it will get things back on track. Right, so the problem with the nights drawing in is that it gets dark quite early, but I do have lights on the boat when I remember to plug in the extension lead at least. And there's also a fair few things that I can be doing inside, and this is next on the list. The battery box. I've measured up in the cabin. No, I haven't. I've measured up in the cockpit locker, and there is bags of room for this to go athwart the locker. So I just need to knock up a simple shelf. Now, the benefit of having loads of bits of wood lying around is that one can invariably find something suitable, and that has proved to be the case. This is basically exactly the right size, and I do have a piece of 1x2 over there, which I can use just to knock up a little sort of surround at the base. This will almost certainly be drilled into this or held in place with fixings, and then the battery will be held in place with a strap as well. So yeah, I am by no means a joiner. You can add joiner to the long list of things, which I am by no means not. However, I do know how to operate that saw, which I think is called a mitre saw. I don't know, but it also does angles, which is going to be useful. So, on we go. I need screws. Need something for the legs. and see if we can get it in place. Is it perfect? No, but this is me we're talking about. Is it out of the way? Yeah. It's not finished either. I will glass it and fix in position, sort out some sharp corners, that sort of thing. So it will be boat proof by the end of it all. But for the time being, it's out of the way, and that's the main thing. Right, today's first lesson has got to be don't use duct tape on a boat, because this is why. This is where I temporarily sealed up the windows, and as you can see, it doesn't come off particularly cleanly, and when it doesn't come off cleanly, what is left is a bit of a bugger to get off. So I've created myself some more scrubbing. If you do have to fasten stuff to cover up holes or whatever it may be to the outside of the boat, I'm happy to take any suggestions as to what you would use. There's probably going to be a better way than just scrubbing to get rid of this residue. I'm wondering if some sort of alcohol product may work. So I'm going to focus instead on cleaning and filling in the holes at this stage, and worry about the residue of the duct tape at a later date. Right, and then I'm just going to literally fill these holes with a little squirt of something. It's not permanent, it's removable. I'm not being particularly delicate. Not that I can be particularly delicate. But it's literally just to keep the rain out while we finish off inside. I may struggle to fill that one, however. I think given its location, I'm wondering if that's for the water inlet. And if it is, because originally this, when I got it, this had a metal plate blanking it off. But if it is, I think that wouldn't be the worst place for a water inlet if I'm going to use it. So we shall see. Interestingly, these ones have all come off quite cleanly. I don't think they've been on as long, so I wonder if it's just a factor of how long they've been exposed to the elements. Before you ask, I bought this without looking at the label. It's brown, but it doesn't really matter because it's not staying in for too long, hopefully. But it does mean that it looks like a cat's pooed all over the side of the boat. I mean, some of it's actually gone in the holes, so that's all right.